this Mark's Reviews and Tutorials video. So pedals, putting on a new set of pedals. You've heard talk about greasing them and what you need to do. It is absolutely vital that you grease the threads on your pedals because they bind up something shocking. I've got another video, have a look up here, about how to get pedals off when they bind up and when they're really, really tight. So have a look at that one if you're trying to get pedals off, but getting them on, putting on your new pedals, it's super important that you grease them because you're getting salt, you're getting water, you're getting grit, you're getting stones, you're getting all sorts flicking in there. It's down low, of course, as you're cycling and close to the tires. So you really do need to get a coating of grease on there so that it doesn't bind up and get any corrosion and rust it up. I'll show you the old pedals. These here, we actually had to soak them in WD-40 or CRC, whatever you want to call it, for 12 hours before we could get those off. They were just totally seized on. We sprayed from both directions and then that made a huge difference. We were able to get them off. But have a look at the other video and you'll see how to get them off, because a piece of wood, a spanner and a hammer, and you'll be able to get them off no matter how tight they are. One's got a normal thread because you're pedaling, it has to be that way. On the right hand side of your bike, so from a seated position where you are, on the right hand side you have a normal right hand thread, so it will undo in the normal direction, it will do up in the normal direction. On the left hand side of your bike over here you have a left hand thread. So there you go, you've heard it from Mark's Reviews and Tutorials, that's how you remember. Left hand side of the bike, left hand thread, which is the unusual one. It will undo and do up in the not normal directions. Right hand side of the bike has a right hand thread and it will do up in the normal direction. So we're going to put that pedal in place now. You've seen us grease up the end and the thread. We also cleaned out, there was some grit, particularly in one side of the crank. The crank is this part here. And so we just sprayed a bit of WD-40 in order to get the sand and grit and so forth out of there. So that's all prepared now, ready for the new pedal. Okay, so when you're putting the pedal in, you'll need to grab a spanner or just do it up with your fingers like that, but you have to grab it by the nut. You can't turn the pedal because it's obviously on the bearings and the pivots and all the rest of it. So you need to turn the black nut. Okay, so we've got him screwed right up now and doing it up nice and firm. And that pedal is on. You'll notice this is a hybrid. You've got clipless on one side, the clip, which is called clipless on one side, and a normal pedal on the other. And they are weighted to sit so they are the same way, or they're supposed to. They'll loosen up. But this is a pedal that goes both ways that we're fitting on. So we will give you a report on how they turn out. Okay, so put it on the left-hand side. So you're going in the opposite direction to do it up, anti-clockwise to do it up. Now, how tight do you go? And it's a 15mm spanner, by the way. So what I do with a thread like this is just punch it. The bike is sitting there, it's down, and just give it a good old whack. And that will get you, just do that a couple of times if you need to. Yep, it's going, you know, that far each time I gave it a whack, and that's now really up nice and tight, and that's not going to come off. So you do have to give them a bit and then give them a bit of a punch. If you don't want to hit it with your hand, give it a bit of a tap with a hammer or something like that. But that's on. And they're on for the long haul. And because you've greased them, you'll be able to get them off if you want to change your pedals out in the future. Okay, so those pedals, this is my wife's bike, but she has loved these pedals. The hybrid nature, which is a normal pedal on one side, it means she can grab a bike and just go for a quick little ride without having to put her shoes on. She's gone to the clipless shoes. Clipless, they used to have a toe clip on them, and then when they went to this other sort of clip where it clips on the bottom of the shoe, they started to call it clipless. So it's nuts to call it a clipless when it's a clip, but they do. Her son wants to borrow a bike, can just jump on it, ride it normally because the normal pedals are there. So the hybrid style, absolutely love it, absolutely recommend it, because it's a pain to go switching pedals. You just wouldn't do it to use the bike. So keeps the bike really usable, and she loves clipping in and going for rides. Really giving her confidence. Yeah, sure, there's a bit of getting used to, but really giving her confidence. Absolutely loves it. Loves clipping in, going for rides. So highly recommend. If you're considering this as a next stage, this hybrid pedal, having both styles, is a brilliant way to go. We'll put a link in the description to the different grease and WD-40 and all the rest, but also to some of these pedals because they really are good.